I'm Taikai.
I'm Kazaho.
I'm Kyoko.
Can you imagine being one of 17 children in the same family, born right in the middle as number 8? That was Elizabeth. We know her as Betsy Ross.
Betsy finished school at age 12. She was apprenticed out to an upholsterer where she learned the trade. She also met another pediatric kid there, John, who became her good friend and later her husband.
John and Betsy started an upholstery business, but like many others, John joined the Philadelphia militia at the patriot to stand up against the British before the Revolution reached Philadelphia. Unfortunately, while John was guarding the supplies, the ammunition caught fire and exploded, hurting John terribly.
Betsy tried to nurse John back to health, but he died January 12, 1776. Since she was a strong woman, she managed to keep the business going. Years later, after losing a second husband to the Revolutionary War and marrying for the third time, Betsy told stories from her life to her children and grandchildren. This is one of those stories when Betsy gets company. Well, what do you know, George Washington? I thought you were on a tape.
Oh, we are glad you're here today, Betsy.
And look who is with you, Uncle George, or should I call Miss Ross?
Hello, Betsy.
And this is our friend Robert Morris. He co-owns Reading, Morris and Company, a shipping banking business. But more importantly, he's a brilliant man and generous patriot. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine. Come into the corridor behind the store here and I'll get you some refreshment.
Thank you, Betsy.
So Betsy took care of her guests, then asked,
You all look very official today. Is there something on your minds?
I was just Robert here about how you embroidered lapels for my shirts not long ago, and what a fine patriot your husband John was before he passed away. But that's not why we came.
I see. So, am I to guess why you are here?
Ha ha ha. Certainly not. We are the new flag committee.
New flag committee?
Well, I've told people that ever since I met you at Christchurch and found out you had an upholstery business that you could sew anything, chair cushions, shirts, ruffles, even turkeys. That's right.
Oh, George.
So we were wondering, would you be willing to sew a new flag?
Is there a program with the Grand Union flag?
Ha ha ha. Is there a problem? Robert, tell her a problem, please.
As you know, the Grand Union flag has a small British Union Jack in the upper left-hand corner. So to some, it looks like it's related to Britain. Unfortunately, when we began to fly that flag, many of our people thought it meant George Washington was going to surrender to the British.
Ha ha ha. It can't tell the story without laughing. Even though I know it's not funny. I just get so cheated thinking about people believing that George Washington could ever surrender. They sure don't know George.
Thank you, I think.
You're welcome, my friend.
So we knew we needed a new flag and we needed it soon. George suggested you might sew us a new flag.
I've never made a flag before, but it can be much harder than some of the apostrophe or other spelling I've done. Maybe it will be more interesting. What did you have in mind?
I have a suggested draw here from Francis Hopkinson. Mr. Hopkinson is from New Jersey. He's a very detailed man with a creative mind.
George Washington removed the drawing from his coat pocket and placed it on the table for Betsy to see.
Ha ha ha. What do you think about the drawing, Mrs. So and so?
Mrs. So-and-so? To be perfect honest, I think it is needs some help. First of all, the proportions are wrong.
I wondered about that. How do you mean?
This drawing is of the square flag. A flag really should be 1/3 longer than it was.
More like this?
Yes, that's right. You are very good at drawing flag, George. Maybe you should make it.
I used to be a surveyor, but I'm not a seamstress.
Ha ha ha. I'll never tell.
And I suppose you don't want to sell a new flag either, Colonel so and so.
Fumi? Ask Robert.
Mr. Morris?
No, thank you. I'll pay for it, but I won't sew it.
Well, it would look much better if we cleaned up the design a bit too.
You mean the stars or the stripes?
The stars. First, they are scattered about all over the blue field. It will look like a more unified design if the stars are in lines or in a circle.
I like the idea of being unified. What if we put the stars in a circle like this?
That's very good, George. But the drawing by Mr. Hopkinson shows 6 pointed stars, and you've done the same thing. If you will change the shape to a 5-point star, I saw you have one catch be made with just one snap of the scissors. But that way you can have your flag sooner. So Betsy showed them how to make a 5-pointed star by folding the paper in a special way and making just one cut with the scissors.
The man was impressed.
I told you Betsy was the right one for the job. That's a perfect star. Very clean, nice lines. I don't think I can draw it that perfectly, but a 5-pointed star somehow looks stronger.
I never thought of that. I learned how to make this when I was a girl. I see you have the design now, George. Good proportion, 5-pointed star in a circle. What do you do now?
Robert and I were discussing that while you two were working on the design. Robert has a successful shipping business with a ship docked at the port of Philadelphia.
That's right. And if you think it could help, I have a flag in the sea chest that you may borrow to see how it is sewn. We will also have a painted drawing for you to see the colors and proportions.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Morris.
And of course, I'll pay for all your supplies as well as your time. I can see you're a very gifted woman.
Thank you, sir. I'm honored to be able to use my skills for such a worthwhile cause.
You are a real patriot, Betsy. And at least this flag would make people think George Washington is considering surrender.
Not when the stars and stripes are waving independence.
The stars and stripes with this wave independence proudly. Betsy's daughter Rachel wrote.
Mother went diligently to work upon his flag and soon finished it and returned it, the first star-spangled banner that was ever made, to her employers.
The new flag apparently does a test run at the peak of one of Mr. Morris' ships. Betsy's daughter Rachel also writes.
It was received with shouts of applause by the few bystanders who happened to be looking on.
The new flag committee carried the Betsy Ross flags into Congress,
where it was unanimously approved.
The next day, Colonel Ross called upon Betsy Ross to tell her the good news.
I love it, Betsy. Did you enjoy making the new flag?
I surely did. I can't think of a better use of my sailing skills, and I still can't believe people applauded the first time they saw the stars and stripes.
They did, and I believe you enjoyed the work. We need you to keep making flags, as many as you can, Mrs. So and so. So one flag and so another and another. Just so and so. Please don't stop sewing flags.
It's my honor and my job. Imagine I get paid to make 5-point stars with one snap.
So Betsy continued to make flags for the United States government.
For about 6 years.
The
The end.